rain in some spots. Hey, Sharon.
Hey, Christian. I was just going to say, I love color and colorful things. The one exception might be your radar and maps.
That's right. Yeah, we got just about every color possible on here this morning. We've got freezing rain, we've got sleet, we've got snow, we've got plain old rain as well. Mainly plain rain along the coast. Away from the coastline, though, that's where we're still tracking the freezing rain across the interior of the state. Towards down east Maine, it's been snow in the Bangor area at least to start the day. We've switched over to sleet and freezing rain at this time. Northern Maine will continue to get mostly snow through the day, but even there, we'll likely get some sort of wintry mix as we head into the afternoon. Here's a look at our current temperatures. Great way to see where we're still seeing that icy precipitation. Bar Harbor through Rockland, Brunswick, Portland, down through the York County coastline. It's above freezing. We've really brought that icing risk to an end. Even Bangor now at 33. That's great to see, getting above freezing there. Notice Freiburg, 31. That's one of the spots where we're really concerned about the cold air lingering into the afternoon, which will keep the icing ongoing. 26 in Calais, we're 16 in Caribou. Very cold in northern Maine, where we should stay mostly wintry weather all day long. For today, it is iciest in the morning. Again, along the coast, we've really brought that to an end, but it will be icy in many spots this morning before we see a transition to rain in many areas this afternoon. Although, again, there will be some pockets that do hold on to the freezing temperatures and therefore the ice into the afternoon. So winter weather advisories up for pretty much the whole state, except for northern Maine, where there's a winter storm warning. Snow and ice combined will lead to really messy conditions there. Also, winter storm warning off to the west in New Hampshire, where we're going to see ice storm levels of ice there, potentially with a power outage threatened. In fact, we're already seeing several thousand outages in Maine and several thousand as well over in New Hampshire. Half an inch or more of ice is expected from New Hampshire into portions of western Maine. Again, Freiburg's been holding below freezing with freezing rain all morning. That's one of the spots where we're expecting potentially up to a half inch or more of ice. I've seen a report out of York County from the Limerick area of just under a quarter inch of ice already. So by the time all is said and done, could end up with near a half inch of ice. Also includes the Lakes region, Route 2 corridor, with lesser ice amounts to the east, the north, and into far southern Maine, where again, we've now switched over to plain old rain. As the winds kick up this afternoon, that's when we really expect the power outage issues to be highest. Snowfall for today, 2 to 4 inches in northern Maine. Could be some spots up in the crown of Maine that do get upwards of a half foot of snow. Bangor seeing a couple inches before we've switched over now to freezing rain. Same story in down east Maine as well. So let's talk timing here. Again, continuing this process of transitioning over to rain as we head through the morning. So by mid-morning, should be mostly rain in central Maine and along the coast. Notice though, western Maine, portions of the foothills and mountains, certainly down east and northern Maine, keeping wintry precipitation around. And that trend continues into the afternoon. Notice the pockets of pink lingering in western Maine as we remain below freezing there and continue to stack up some freezing rain. Also notice in northern Maine, continuing with the snowfall there. This continues all the way until this evening, wrapping up sometime between 5 and 9 p.m. tonight. And then the cold comes in. Definitely want to treat those sidewalks and driveways as we head into tonight, because the cold air returns in a big way for Tuesday, refreezing any standing water. Let's talk winds. They are not strong during the day, but by the afternoon and evening, they really start to pick up out of the west. This is when power outage risk is highest, especially again in that zone of highest icing in western Maine as the winds blow around those ice-laden branches. Windy tonight and into tomorrow, gusts up to 35 miles per hour through the day on Tuesday. Highs mostly in the teens. It's going to be a really cold day out there on Tuesday, especially with that wind factor. Now, beyond all of this mess, New Year's Eve at least looking fairly quiet. There's a chance of some light snow as we head towards the new year or towards midnight on Wednesday night as we ring in the new year. Nothing significant, though, expected later this week. So cold air returns. It stays all week long. You can see that pretty clearly on our 7-day forecast. No day above freezing after today. Teens for highs tomorrow. Cold New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Little snow possible New Year's Eve night. Remaining cold for the end of the week and weekend, although at least the weather forecast is quiet, just very frigid later this week. So yeah, Sharon, the ice, a big factor today, but thankfully not dealing with any other winter storms this week.
Okay, yeah, this will be enough.
This is enough for sure.
Yeah, thanks, Christian.